Peace, family. So I'm out here fertilizing. It's like 7:30 right now, but I wanted to show you guys. I just had some scraps in this bin, and I have a loofah growing out of it going that way, and I have sweet potatoes. And since I wasn't too serious about my sweet potatoes, I had a bad experience with the sweet potatoes last time. I didn't really start them off too well, so I am gonna just go ahead and plant this over where the sweet potatoes are supposed to go. I found one sweet potato in the ground, which I was happy about. That's why I'm not too clean about my sweet potatoes over here. It was like in the ground over there. So I did plant it in here. You can see it's doing well. And it already had most of these leaves when I found it. So I'm just gonna dig in here and put the sweet potatoes in here. There's a slip that I found. Found me a beautiful slip, okay? And then I'm fertilizing, so I'm gonna water that in with fertilizer. And I still need to come over here and drop comfrey and fresh soil, but for now, it's where I want it to be, so I'm happy with that. Peace. Okay, family, so the walking onions are multiplying, and I want to take this little cluster over here, kind of break it up, and plant it in another part of the garden. Be patient with me because I am one-handed on this, but we will get these guys moved and planted. Yay! So I have this planter over here on the side, and I just added some soil, cocoa coir, and bone meal in here, homemade bone meal. Right here where I'm going to plant, I'm going to do some walking onions and some holy basil. Okay, family, I wanted to show you guys this because I've never shown you guys before, but I'm redoing this bed. I just planted some beans back up in here, and I just showed you guys that I harvested mango because she wasn't laying, and she actually had an infection. So I'm going to sit down and talk to you guys about that more. But what I do is sit the remains out that I don't put in the freezer or dry for Teddy out in the sun, like on a real sunny day, and let it dry all out. And then I bury it. So I'm burying it here, and I've got some comfrey here I'm going to cut up and put over it, and then I'm just going to cover it up. And that is how I compost in place. Peace. Okay, family, so I didn't even harvest any royal burgundy bush beans that were all right here, which is disappointing. However, when beans die, they put nitrogen in the soil. So I am going to put more peppers in this bed. I'm going to put 2 Scotch bonnets back here in the back, and I'm going to plant one more seed right here of a cayenne. So this little one is a cayenne. It wasn't getting any sun because of the beans. And then this one is the cayenne from last year that has overwintered, and I'm grateful. And so it seems like peppers are doing all right over here, and I'm hoping the Cuban oregano will be a good partner. And I'm gonna try to put like a calendula or flower or something right here. I had a calendula right here that died. And I was kind of hoping it would come back, if I could be honest with you, but I don't think it's gonna come back. So that's what's up with that. I am gonna drop some comfrey and some pine straw around these, but I think they look great so far. And I'm gonna put a bamboo stake right here in the middle too. This is where I'm gonna put my seed, so it should end up being, oh, I just put my shovel down on my peppers. Sorry, baby. It should end up being 5 healthy peppers here. I already have seeds from my cayennes. I'm hoping I can just cover a flower for the scotch bonnets so that I can save pure seeds. And y'all know it's raining. I don't know if y'all can tell that it's raining, but y'all know I like to plant like right before or in a light rain. So this is perfect for me. This is a Friday morning at like 8:30, and I'm super happy. Peace. Okay, family. So I actually changed some stuff and added some stuff. So this is what it looks like now with all my little comfrey and pine straw laid out. So I just left open spaces where I planted seeds. So I planted this cayenne in there, and I'm hoping I get a yellow one. I think they were color coded. If I read that right, then I put a yellow one in because I don't have any yellow cayennes. Then this one is mine from my own seed, and that one is the one that was overwintered. Those two are the scotch bonnets. Over here, kind of between the peppers and the tomatoes, I planted this moss curled parsley, and then I also planted one more right there. And then over here where I already had calendula, I planted 3 calendula seeds. I'm only hoping for 2 healthy plants, so I think that will be great. And all these seeds are from Botanical Interest, by the way. I do like their seeds, and I like their seed packets because they give you lots of info. So that's what it's looking like. And I'm just gonna water everything in. Even though it's supposed to rain, it's like real light. So I'm just gonna make sure to touch water on everything that I planted today. And I'm happy with it. Peace. Okay, family. Well, it hasn't really rained yet, so I'm still out here. So I just want to show you guys in my side bed. This is next to my celeries. One of them went to seed. The other one looks like I need to cut a bunch of stuff off of it. And it may be all right. Back here, I think I showed you that I planted some beans, or maybe I didn't, but I planted beans back there a few days ago. Here in this square, I planted a broccoli. Right here, I planted some onion seeds, and then I planted 2 broccoli seeds here and here, and I'm gonna sprinkle my pine straw over it. But I just wanted to show you guys what it's looking like and how much comfrey and how I spread it. I kind of cut it up. It's gonna brown and then start breaking down and feeding everything. And so I'm happy with this. I hope I get a good harvest out of this bed. I'm making progress laying mulch for everything as well. Peace. Okay, family, I do think it's definitely going to rain, but I think it's gonna rain a little later. And when you plant seeds, you just want to hit it with some water, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just gonna do that lightly because I do think it's gonna rain. I planted onion seeds in the middle here yesterday too, so make sure I hit those. And that's the one thing you need to remember if you are direct sowing seeds, is that you do not want to let those seeds dry out. You cannot rely on the weatherman. Okay, make sure that you don't let them dry out because they won't germinate, or if they germinate and then they dry out, they'll just die because they're too small to be reaching too far for their water. But once they get, you know, going, it's a little easier. And then same for the ones that I just planted. Y'all can't even see what I'm doing. The ones I just planted, I'm gonna water them in lightly. I think it's gonna rain later, and they are going to absolutely love that. A cloudy day is always a great introduction into the garden for your seedlings. So try to remember that and treat them well. All right, I'm gonna finish watering and I'll see you guys soon. Peace.